Okay, so like that voice in your head that is like, okay, girl, we doing this, or girl, no, we not doing this, or man, I think we should do this. I don't know, bro. It's really describing the character of that voice of reason inside of us all. Right. Hold on. So it describes it in four characteristics. So there is the preacher, there is the prosecutor, there is the politician, and then there is the scientist. And I liked it. Hello there. Welcome to the I Like That podcast. I am Shiny Billions. I am your host. How you doing? How goes it? How goes it? How goes it? How goes it? It goes well over here. It does well over here. I yeah. It's been a long time coming creating this pod. Welcome if you are here from TikTok. Hey boo. Hey boo. What up? What's on? So I'm working on my lighting. I know it's a little bright right now. I'm working on my lighting. I know it's a little bright right now, but I am making it my business to use natural lighting because I like the way it looks on my skin. Yes, my hair is looking, you know what I'm saying? It's looking how it's looking, but whatever. Whatever. We buddies, right? We friends. We coolin', we chillin'. But yes, I'm so happy that you made it here again. Welcome if you made it here from TikTok. And let's get into the episode today. So today's episode was Stay Curious. Now, again, if you're coming from TikTok, we had this episode before because I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on TikTok. And if you want to get the uncut version of the episode, because we ain't gonna be doing no cursing on YouTube. If you want to get the uncut version, definitely join me 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on TikTok. But yes, we are going to be talking about staying curious. And we got this episode from our literature, which is Think Again by Adam Grant. Now, I will give a little bit of a background story about this book. So first and foremost, this book is talking about the different jargons and genres the different genres and conversations and the characteristics of the type of jargons that we have in our head. Let me explain. Okay, so like that voice in your head that is like, okay, girl, we doing this, or girl, no, we not doing this, or man, I think we should do this. I don't know, bro. It's really describing the character of that voice of reason inside of us all. Right. Hold on. So it describes it in four characteristics. So there is the preacher, there is the prosecutor, there is the politician, and then there is the scientist. Now, this particular book is pushing us more toward being scientists. Why? The reason the book is pushing us toward being more like scientists is because the scientist is not afraid of doubt. The scientist actually invites doubt. I love to doubt it. Why? Because I want to test the hypothesis. I want to test it. That's why I allow doubt. In other characteristics like preaching, prosecuting, politicking, don't like doubt. Don't like to feel wrong or needs too much information to even take the risk of finding out that, hey, maybe I should pivot, or hey, maybe I was wrong, or hey, maybe there's a better way to do whatever it is that I'm doing. And this particular thinking is not just in business. This also leaks into personal life. Definitely leaks into personal life. But when I think of this, I definitely think about this from a business aspect because I am a serial entrepreneur. Yeah, I am. But yeah, we're going to read a little bit real quick to back it up. Back it up. What we just talked about. Now, I do have like this full story of what I was going to read. You know what? Forget it. Let's just read the whole thing. So this is, I'm going to let you know, this is about two paragraphs. And if I stumble a little bit, I swear I'm not an L reader. Please be nice to me in the comments if I stumble a bit, but I really want to run it back for you because I do want us to understand. So this is about a group project that took place among some entrepreneurs here who are still in the startup process of their business. One group was pushed to think like scientists, to put on the scientific goggles, and the other group was in a fixed kind of a situation. Let's read instead of me trying to explain it before reading. Let's go. Okay. A different pair of goggles. That is the title of the reading portion that we're going to do. So, if you're a scientist by trade, rethinking is fundamental to your profession. You're paid to be constantly aware of the limits of your understanding. You're expected to doubt what you know and be curious about what you don't know. Okay. And update your views based on new data. In the past century alone, the application of scientists' principles has led dramatic progress. Biological scientists discovered penicillin, rocket scientists sent us to the moon, computer scientists built the internet. But being a scientist is not just a profession. It's a frame of mind, a mode of thinking that differs from preaching, prosecuting, and politicking. We move into scientist mode when we're searching for the truth. We run experiments to test hypotheses and discover knowledge. Scientific tools aren't reserved for people in white coats and beakers, and using them doesn't require toiling away for years with a microscope and petri dish. Hypotheses have Hypotheses have as much of a place in our lives as they do in the lab. Experiments can inform our daily decisions. That makes me wonder, is it possible to train people in other fields to think more like scientists? And if so, do they end up making smarter decisions? Let's keep reading. Recently, a quartet of European researchers decided to find out. They ran a bold experiment with more than 100 founders in Italian startups in technology, retail, furniture, food, healthcare, leisure, and machinery. Most of the founders' businesses had yet to bring in any revenue, making it an idea setting to investigate how teaching scientific thinking would influence the bottom line. Now, when we say an influence in the bottom line, we're talking about influencing the amount of money that's being made and the amount of time it takes to make it. Okay, let's keep going. The entrepreneurs arrived in Milan for a training program in entrepreneurship. Over the course of 4 months, they learned to create a business strategy, interview customers, build a minimum viable product, and then refine a prototype. What they didn't know was that they've been randomly assigned to either a scientific thinking group or a controlled thinking group, meaning one of these groups were allowed to test the hypothesis and test the hypothesis and test the hypothesis. The other thinking group, not so much. We gonna stick to this. We chose this side. We gonna be loyal to this side. We not moving. Okay? Let's keep going. This little shadow right here is driving me nuts. Anyway, let's keep going. The training for both groups was identical, except that one was encouraged to view startups through scientific goggles. From that perspective, their strategy is a theory. Customer interviews help to develop hypotheses, and their minimum viable product and prototype are experiments to test those hypotheses. Their task is to rigorously measure the results and make decisions based on whether their hypotheses are supported or refuted. Okay? They were given the go-ahead, pushed to test whether their product was working, whether their interview strategy was working. Everything was up for change. Nothing was required to stay the same. Let's keep going. Over the following year, the startup and the control group averaged under $300 in revenue in a year. The control group, the group that said, hey, we not changing. We said we selling popsicles, only the banana kind. My daddy loved those kind. His daddy loved those kind. His daddy was the creator of those. We not doing no other kinds. Just banana popsicles. That's not what they said, but you get what I'm saying. This is an example. The startup and the scientific thinking group averaged over $12,000 in revenue. We're going to sell bananas, but we also going to use fresh bananas. Not only we going to sell fresh banana popsicles, we going to do strawberry. We going to do apple. We going to mix them. We going to change the shapes. We going to step into ice cream. Not only that, we're going to allow our customers to do reviews. We ain't just going to take their review down when we get a negative review. We going to look at it. We going to read it. We going to say, how can we make our product better? That's the mindset that the group who were given the go-ahead and who were pushed to question, push to test the hypothesis. Okay? They brought in revenue more than twice as fast and attracted customers sooner. Why? The entrepreneurs in the control group tended to stay weighted in their original strategies and products. It was way too easy to preach the virtues of their past decisions, prosecute the vices of alternative actions. It was way too easy. Like I said, my daddy had this business and all he sold was banana pops. His daddy created the banana pop. Why would we do anything else? It was too easy for them to say that. Because it was true. Maybe it is true. Okay? Okay? Let me read that line again. It was too easy to preach the virtues of their past decisions, prosecute the vices of alternate options, and politic by catering to advisors who favored their existing direction. Those who you told your idea to, those who are even in business with you, y'all got your mind on what we're going to do this one way. We're going to stick to this one way. Your daddy's advisor who sold banana popsicles with your daddy back in the day. Yeah. All me and your daddy needed was banana popsicles. We ain't need nothing else. We ain't need no strawberry, none of that. We was known as the banana. This is what we do. You stick to bananas, son. No. You stick to bananas. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to bananas. You feel what I'm saying? It was too easy. It was just too easy to stay in that lane and not grow. To stick to what they know by politicking with yes men. Okay? Yes men. Let's keep going. The entrepreneurs who had been taught to think like scientists, in contrast, pivoted more than twice as often in their hypotheses. When their hypotheses weren't supported, they knew it was time to rethink their business model. When you see it's not working, when you see your hypothesis is not being supported, when you see you've been doing this over an amount of time and you're seeing that there's growth or that there's not growth. And I'm not saying that sometimes it won't take a little consistency. I'm not saying that, but what we are saying is be open to know. this particular way that I'm going about doing this particular way that I'm going about presenting myself or presenting my product, my strategy of my product, this might not be the best way. Or this way has run its course and it's time for me to implement something new. The game has changed. The field has changed. The market has changed. The audience has changed. Your daddy was selling popsicles in 1978. Babe. Babe. The way that you market, the way that you go about it is not going to be your daddy's way. And I know that, there's ABC 1, 2, 3, but we just using that as an example in anything that you're doing. Anything. And even in relationships, even personally. Yeah, we were thinking about that. Rachel, who is it, mama? I lock my baby out because, she be all in the business. Hush up, gal. Hush up. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, even in relationships, the way that your mom may have dealt with relationships it's not the way for you. You know what I'm saying? The way that your daddy handled relationships, maybe that's not the way for you. Even the way maybe your mom raised you, maybe it's not the way for you to raise your children. The way your daddy raised you. Sorry. My phone died. My camera died, which is my phone. But yeah. Test the hypothesis. Test the hypothesis. You are the hypothesis I was talking about before my camera died. Like if you want to raise your children different, if you want to instill different beliefs and values than what you've been taught your whole life. Like you are the hypothesis. Test it. This little line is crazy right now. Let me see. That's a little bit better. But yeah. That's really it for today, to be completely honest. Test the hypothesis. Stay curious in every area, in business and in personal. That opens you up to stumble across new ways of doing things. To stumble across, what I'm saying? Well, maybe I should try it this way. Well, maybe I'll like it better this way. Maybe the way that I've been doing it is not the best way for me. And to not shrink yourself when you find yourself not right. To not shrink yourself when you find yourself in doubt. Lean into it. I'm going to go ahead and gas you up before I go. As I do, you are constantly testing the hypothesis, and I like that about you. You allow yourself to stumble across new ways to do things, and I like that about you. You done tuned in to the first episode of the I Like That podcast, and I like that about you. You are currently seeking wisdom, and I like that about you. I like that about you. I'm going to leave you with my favorite affirmation, as I will do from this day forward. And my favorite affirmation is, if you come from TikTok, you already know what I'm writing. My favorite affirmation is, everything is always working out for my good, no matter how it looks at any point in time. I said everything is always working out for my highest good, no matter how it looks and no matter how it feels at any point in time. Yep. My name is Shani Billion. Thank you so much for tuning into the first episode of the I Like That podcast. I will see you in about a week. By the way, if you like my sound, this is the LTC 440 Pure mic. I'm going to put the link down in the bio, along with my Scarlett interface and all the gadgets and cords and things that I'm using to record this podcast. So if you're looking for a great mic to start your podcast or to record vocals, down in the description. I also have linked the I Like That merch down in the description. See you guys in about a week. And also, if you don't want to wait a week, you can catch me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays live on TikTok, which I have included down in the link.